Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing something that I have never done before, and that is doing a reacts video to a random painter I saw on YouTube called Kempter. I don't know if you guys have heard of him before, but if you have, please let me know in the comment section, and I will be doing a reacts video of how he paints and telling you my thoughts and my critiques and my admirations or all those things on said painter. So if you enjoy that kind of thing, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, do all the things that all the YouTubers always tell you to do. And without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, we are coming out with strong, really bright yellow. I believe this is called primary yellow. And we are just brushing that all over the canvas, and we have straight away changed our strategy, and we are now going with a corally green-ish, weird kind of coral. I don't know, what is that color? It's like a tannish color. We have finished the background as we can see here, and I have totally blanked on what that kind of tannish orange. That's the color. It's like an orangey peach color, very, very light. And we have switched colors, and we are now putting white over the suspiciously silhouetted form of a white cockatoo, which I'm assuming is a white cockatoo because I'm putting white on the canvas, or this random YouTuber is putting white on the canvas. All right, we have now sped up the video, and we are going to be doing this very long painting very quickly. I'm assuming it's long. I would have no idea because obviously me and this person are not anything like the same. So when you are painting something like this, me as a complete expert, by the way, you're going to need a big wide brush because you're going to be filling in a lot of canvas here, and you don't want to be wasting your time with a tiny little brush. So it looks like this fine painter over here is using a quarter-inch flat brush, and it looks like when the said painter is putting on the feathers, he is choosing to do the easier way of two options. This is really difficult to do in third person. I'm just gonna drop that, okay? This is me, obviously. Anyway, so when I was doing this painting, you have two options when you're doing feathers, because when you look at a feather is made up of a bunch of tiny little spines of the feathers. And you can either sit there and try to do each one of those things. When you're doing a small canvas like this, it's basically impossible. Or you can just kind of like use the brush and imply the detail. And depending on how much time you want to spend on it, it can get either very time consuming, or you can kind of just fudge it and make it look really good without putting all that detail in. That's kind of what Bob Ross's specialty was, by implying the detail and not really putting in the time and making every single blade of pine on his happy little trees. All right, so after I've put down the base coat on this thing, I am adding the highlights, which not normally something you do right out the gate, but I was only using white, which is very easy because I suck as a painter and I don't like doing multiple colors because it takes time to mix everything in. But anyway, if you can get away with doing this, then it's mighty fine and good. So now, as I was like watching myself paint this, I kind of realized that the undertones for a bird that's in complete orange would be orange, and I did not do that. I used gray, which I guess was a good thing, because if I had used gray, or if I had used orange undertones, what would have happened was he would have looked transparent. And that's probably not the best thing to do when you're painting a bird. You want him to look solid, yes. All right, so after I've mixed in a little bit of black in my white to kind of give it a little bit of a gray color, because you can't paint everything with pure titanium white, or it's all going to be a white blob, and it'll go from a gray silhouette to a white silhouette, and that wouldn't be very good now, would it? Anyway, as I'm painting these legs and the tiny little furs underneath the chest of this wonderful little bird, these kind of birds, they have a hatch pattern that you want to follow. By the way, side note, when you're painting a beak and it's black, you actually have to add grays and you have to add black or whites to indicate the shape and the what's the word I'm looking for? To give it form, to give it shape, and to indicate light that's glancing off of it. If you're painting on if you're painting a black surface, you have to put where the light's bouncing off of it those white colors, because if not, it'll just be like a white hole in your canvas, and nobody likes holes in their canvases. That's not a good thing. Anyway, looks like I've got out my white filament brush here. It's not white, it's black, and I'm putting white paint on it. Yes, that is what I'm doing. All right, so I've got out my white, I keep saying that, my white paint, and I'm putting the detail kind of, I'm not sure why am I doing this? I should have just painted over the whole thing, because what happens is when you're painting is it's kind of like a process, and you'll sit there and you'll add colors and you'll add colors and you'll add colors until you realize that you could have cut to the chase and just painted that whole section white, which is what I ended up doing, because it was like the brightest color on the bird, and I ended up just painting it all white, and I could have saved a lot of time if I had just taken, that is not a word. Is it a word? I don't think so. I could have taken the 1/2-inch brush and just painted it all, but hey, you can't be good at everything the first time you try. And don't tell me I've been doing this for a long time, because I have. So that excuse doesn't technically apply to me, but I'm gonna use it anyway. Anyway, the other thing that you can do is when you are, man, I got something in my eye. Okay, the other thing you can do when you are painting is don't ever be afraid to kind of go back over and add some more color if you painted over it, to give it a little depth and contrast. Good grief, what is in my eye? Oh man. Anyway, don't be afraid to go back over the top of something and add some color underneath it to give it some depth and maybe correct some of the mistakes that you made earlier, because you don't want to leave something. You don't want to leave something messed up just because you don't want to go back and add some more paint over the top of it and do a little extra work to correct a mistake, because like I said, painting is a process, and if you don't do that process correctly, you can always go back and fix it. That's the wonderful thing about acrylics. Not the same sort of thing with oils, because it takes a long time to dry. With acrylics, you can just wait 5 minutes and paint back over the top of something, and you're good to go. All right, now to the dreaded stick. Now, I've only been painting for a short period of time, and there's a couple things that I've realized that are very difficult for me to do, and one of those things is sticks. I don't know why. It's kind of the same thing like a rock, but it's very easy for me to paint rocks and make them look good, so I don't know why, but sticks are very difficult for me to do. And when I was painting this stick, I probably should have spent a little bit more time, and I probably should have added some brown into this stick, which I didn't do, as you'll see. I just kept with a monocolor black and white, which technically shouldn't have mattered, but it did. And it would have helped me if I had added a little bit more, a few other colors into it to kind of make it a little bit more real. But I didn't do that. And I'm not 100% happy with the way this painting came out. I mean, not the painting, but the stick in the painting. You know what I mean. And if I had it to do over again, I can't talk. If I had it to do over again, I wouldn't have done it I wouldn't do it exactly the same. But anyway, this painting has been done and sold a long time ago, but I do have some other paintings that I'll be posting in the near future. If you guys want to go check out my website, kemptercanvas.com, and if you go over there and you see all the other stuff that I got for sale and you want to buy anything, just click the buy button. It's that easy. I will be making the announcement for the surprise secret thingamajigger-doodle-bob that I have been kind of teasing for a while very soon, and you're going to be wanting to go and check my website so that you can be updated on those sorts of things. Also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and here, subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff, because you don't want to miss my secret, because when it's not a secret, you will be happy. Anyway, I hope you guys have liked this video. It's been something a little different than what I normally do, and please let me know if you like this video. I try to have a little bit of self-deprecating humor here, because everyone loves it when everyone kind of trashes themselves. Not really sure why, but it's just a human thing. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.